Tens of thousands of Russians are fleeing the country as the war intensifies, sanctions cripple the economy, and the regime cracks down on dissent. Our foreign correspondent James Longman has much more from Lviv this morning. James, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. When this war began, Russian propaganda was very keen to play down the scale of it. But as the invasion stalls, the Kremlin is finding it increasingly difficult to hide the magnitude of what's really going on here. And for thousands of Russians who don't agree with what's going on, well, they've got no choice but to run.
This morning, a Russian revolt. Tens of thousands fleeing the country and their president. Putin with the terrifying term self-cleanse of what he calls traitors and scum. Those who even use the words war or invasion now risk 15 years in prison. Russian journalist Marina Ovsyannikova speaking out after staging this anti-war protest during a live broadcast on Russian state news, running onto set with a sign reading, "No war, and don't believe the propaganda. They're lying to you here."
You now face the prospect of years.
She told our George Stephanopoulos why she did it.
What compelled you to take that risk?
The Russian people are really against the war. It's Putin's war, not Russian people's war.
She was immediately taken into custody and fined, but could face more charges.
With this action, I wanted to demonstrate to the world that not all Russian people believe the same.
Many young people also fear being called up to the military. So with lives threatened, sanctions biting and futures ruined, the only choice is to run. Some 80,000 now in Armenia, 25,000 in neighbouring Georgia, others heading to Turkey, and if they have visas, even further afield. Some Russians even showing up at the US southern border, where dozens have already been turned away. Days after the war started, Ilya Venyavkin, a historian and educator, fled Moscow with his wife and children to Georgia.
We have to leave for many reasons, for our kids, for our safety, for our mental health, for some kind of moral dignity, because it's very frustrating to be in Russia at that moment and understand that we can't change it.
It's impossible to know what Putin fears, but the anguish of the mothers of Russian soldiers risks making his war even more unpopular in Russia. One speaking to us during a protest in Moscow, showing us a photograph of her 22-year-old son.
Now, that woman was incredibly brave to speak to us. We now understand her son is now back in Russia, but it is the deaths of Russian soldiers. US intelligence puts that number around 7,000. The Ukrainians say more than 14,000. That is a toll that Russia is going to find increasingly difficult to hide from its own people. Whit.
Yeah, a lot of Russian mothers thinking about their sons on the battlefield. James, thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.